What's going on, everybody? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again. And today we're going to be talking about eHarmony in 2022. So I've actually done a couple of videos on eHarmony. If you're familiar with the channel, we've talked about an eHarmony scam, which will be linked above. And we've also talked about just eHarmony in general, I think, at one point or another. I think I did a reasons why not to use eHarmony and some review of it at some point. So anyway, this is eHarmony, though, in a nutshell in 2022. What we're talking about today is the setup, the payments, you know, how that all works and the perks of those payments, and just the general app and experience, the profiles, messaging, you name it. We're going to get right into the nitty-gritty. So pretty much self-explanatory of what I said there previously. eHarmony is not my favorite dating app. So if you're not familiar, eHarmony does have commercials that do run more than what you would see of like Tinder or Bumble. I think Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are more a little bit more word of mouth, or maybe you would see an advertisement just on your screen, somewhere on the screen, but you're not going to see a video playing on the telly of download Tinder today. You are going to see eHarmony. eHarmony makes a lot of money, and we'll get into that. The initial setup of eHarmony of an account is extremely long. Now, I'll put footage up at somewhere here, so you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about throughout the video. But the initial setup of eHarmony, I didn't even time it, but I can cue that up. It was extremely long. It's I would say it took me close to about half an hour, 30 minutes to get an account set up. Probably about 20, and then about the last about 7-8 minutes just actually exploring the app and the website and checking it out. Now, I say website because there is an app for it. We didn't bother with the app. But eHarmony, to me, is definitely more of a website. You want to go to the website, and it almost treats it as so. And again, we'll have that on screen. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But the app setup is so crazy. So you're asked just an insane amount of questions. Some apps like Match.com do that, but they might give you the option, not specifically Match.com, but some of them give you the option to do more, but you have to do like a set amount of them, like 30, and then you could continue to write as many as you want to keep answering, because it's like further compatibility. Now, so going through all the questions, a lot of them will be, what do you look for in a partner? Is your partner's family's opinion of you important? Kind of yes, no, maybe. Stuff like that, might be in there. And then they actually give you like scenarios that you'll have to deal with and pick the correct answer. Like you had an argument with your spouse, like, yada, 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 what would you do? And I selected one of the answers, and it actually asked me, a prompt came up, and it was like, hey, this is just what most people would do because it looks like the best. Maybe rethink your answer. No, I'm actually picking it because that's what I'm going to do. I just find that a little bit funny. A few of them are like pictures, like you just pick one picture or the other picture. And once you finally get to the end of that tunnel, you can finally get into the application. So the limited features is the first thing you're going to notice, and it was absolutely disgusting to see that. Actually, it's not even the first thing you're going to notice. The first thing you notice is you get prompted to pay for their service right off the hop. Like, literally answered all the questions, made the account. As soon as it opened, like to get into the profile, like to look at the thing, boom, pay for premium, which we're going to come back to. So I went to look for some profiles just right off the hop, didn't look at the premium, whatever. Just want to look at profiles, see what's going on, see what options are around, and maybe if there's a reason I should go for it. You're actually limited in the search features, which I absolutely despise in dating apps. So there are only so many things you can search by. For example, you can't search by distance when you first start the app. You are forced into picking either a state, province, whatever. And I mean, that's not bad, But if you're in a big state, like let's say you were in California, and there's actually some options there, you have to sift through profiles and guess Like, you got to, like, try to figure out where they're at. Like, it might just say, like, you know, okay, it might just be California. And you got to narrow that down and try to find out where these people are, rather than just seeing she's 30 kilometers away or 30 miles away. Be a little bit easier. Now, I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, Nova Scotia. It's about 1 million people in the province. So it was a little easy that I could just exit all of the provinces and do that. But you're just, some of the features are limited. And there's like several that you have to pay for. And again, it's just absolutely not ideal. One of those features, and it's actually in the account profile that I'd like to mention, as I was asked for my salary, like how much I'm currently making in a salary, my occupation, like everything like that. They really get into the nitty gritty, and I just don't think that would be something I'd be searching by. You know, like I want a girl who makes 30 to 40K or the, you know, 70 to 80. It just seems weird to me. So payment options, we might as well just get right into it. I mean, there's really no reason not to. So the payment options are really disgusting. And again, in my eHarmony scam video, it really explains this. So in certain countries, there's actually no refund on eHarmony. And I didn't know that. Apparently it's written somewhere, and I'm telling you, they don't make that evidently clear when you go to pay for it. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure when you're paying for it, it does say, like, hey, you can get a refund, like, up to so many, or you can get a refund, and that's a lie. So, yeah, if you're in, like, Canada, apparently just basically anywhere in the world, they're not going to give you a penny of this money back. Now, why would you might want a refund? Tinder Premium, it's like, what, $11 or something like that? Well, it's not $11. So, there's 3 payment options that you can go with here. Now, for some reason, it's giving me the, you got 29 minutes to, you know, or 28 hours to get the good deal on the premium. And I think that's actually just a bit of a scam, because I don't believe that the prices really change at all. I think it's actually just trying to entice you to go pay. Again, we'll make a video about that on its own. So there's three things here. So you get Premium Light, Premium Plus, Premium Extra. Fancy term for 6-month, 12-month, and 24-month plan. Now, I know what you're thinking. You didn't hear a 1 month and you didn't hear a 3-month. I do believe that you can do those, but you got to search for them. Like, you got to look around a little bit for them. And the deals aren't, they're like, I mean, in technically in value, they're not good. But it would be nice to have like the 1 month plan a little bit more laid out here, because that's all I think a lot of people would use eHarmony for. They would just use it for the 30 days. They'd be like, okay, sweet, and they'd bounce. So we'll talk about the Premium Light, the Premium Plus, the Premium Extra. All of them get this. You get to view unlimited profiles. Didn't know there was a limit on free. Unlimited messaging. You can see who's viewed you. Distance search, that's mentioned earlier. And detailed personality profile. Basically, what you actually get, that's about a bunch of fluff. What you actually get is access to really do anything on the site. So that means, like, look at someone's pictures, send them a message, anything like that. You can't do that. We're going to get into it. So the options for paying. Now, apparently it's 50% off for the first 3 months. Now, I think that's what the big deal is. That it was like, oh, you have 28 hours to get this deal. So the regular for the 6-month plan is $49.90, not $99, a month. And apparently the big deal is $24.95. So then what happens is it goes up. You pay for the first 3 months at the $24.95, and it goes to the $49.90 per month for 6 months. The Premium Plus, so their big 12-month plan, this is the one they really want you to go for. It's highlighted in the middle. You know, it's the big one. It's $35.90 a month. It's $17.95 is their 3-month premium. So basically, we'll just, $35.90. And then the last one is the 24-month, 2-year plan. Big commitment. $25.90 is it for a month, which works out to like $12.95 for the first 3. So you might be asking yourself, okay, what does that actually work out to that I'm going to pay? So I actually only checked the Premium Plus because I really didn't want to know any more than that. So the 12-month plan works out to $430 plus some tax money in there. So, and that's Canadian. Um, like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. I think when I first did eHarmony and I called it the scam it was there, I'm pretty sure I did like I don't even know if I did the 6 month. I think I did a 3 month plan. And even that was expensive. So and the 24 was 600 and something plus tax as well. That's supposed to be like the big deal. And you know, and there clearly is some type of value you know, to these plans, but it's just so much money. They do offer payment plans, so you can say like, okay, like you can pay X today, you know, and whatever. And I don't like, I like that. I commend that. I think that's great. But I just really, for the amount of money you're paying, it's just so much. It's just so much. So again, that's one of the most egregious, I can't even say it, but like, it's just one of the worst things of this dating app that should really scare you away is the amount of money they're going to ask from you. Now, I do believe eHarmony does have free weekends where you can like send a message. And that's not really that worth it, to be quite honest, either. When I mentioned earlier, you really can't do anything. You really can't. Any profiles, all the pictures are like blurred out, and all you can send is two types of messages. You can send an emoji, which is like a smiley face, and you can send what's called an icebreaker. Now, the icebreaker is just two sets of pictures, and you just pick one or the other, and it's 5 of those, and then it just sends the result to them. They pick 5 of the pictures, and you just see which ones you picked. That's all you can do. You can't see a message. If someone messages you, you can't see who viewed you. Really, there's no point to be a free account, but we're a free account for the video. Now, the other thing I want to talk about here, now that we're going to move on from the payment, because I really don't want to talk about that anymore, is one thing I didn't do when I first tried these apps. I'd get a message, right? And that's, again, going to be its own video, where you get enticed to pay for something. They can do that quite easily to you. And what happened is I paid for it, didn't really look into it. I looked at the profiles this time. I went in Discover. I put my preferences on of the age I'm looking for, so it's about 24 to 30, you know. Million people in the province, got to be somebody on there. And I said, let's do it, and let's look for the whole province, and like everywhere around, let's have a look. 8 profiles. 8 profiles showed up. Like, I'm going to pay $430 plus tax for 8 profiles. I'm going to run out of those profiles in about 10 minutes. I'm going to just message them all out of pure desperation. And then you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have $430 plus tax sitting there for a year because nothing else is going to happen. Don't waste your money. Okay? Now, they've got this elaborate, okay, page about articles on like dating, on relationships, on compatibility, right? Like they have put so much work into all these random articles. Like I'll just put a few on screen. I really am not going to go through them all. Maybe it's on its own video. I could go through a couple as a joke. But there's just so much information. Like it's just such a knowledge base that I don't think is ever going to get used. Right? Like, I'm not going in there daily looking at, like, how do I form a relationship? Like, one way was, like, how to kiss. I'll just get a Tinder date. I can learn. You know? So, yeah, just insane. Or just go to the Dome and have some person just try to make out with me. It's not going to happen. There was also this local dating, and I could actually pick the city I was in. I didn't understand why. I thought I had to log in or something and make an account. So what it actually is another knowledge base, and it picks like the city for you and gives you like good date spots. Like I can pick Halifax where I'm at, and it's going to be like, oh, like go here. How about go there? This is a great spot to eat. So I think that's actually very interesting. But again, it's just how useful that's going to be. Like I already know this stuff, right? If not more than that. But it's good. Like, I guess if you first moved there to that city and you didn't know, that might help you a little bit. And again, it's all available to a free account. So it's actually not too bad. I'll give them that. Like I said, you can't view the pictures of a free account. So, like, if someone has messages me who has paid for the app because they're messaging. I can't see the message. I can't see any of her pictures. I can just look at her profile and see our compatibility. The compatibility, I don't really understand, but they've got like 4 sectors of this compatibility. And again, it'll be on screen. You can have a look. And they've got it like down to the T, like your result, the match result, her result, you know, what you're more compatible in, and there's like a score, and around 100 is what you want. 100 is like good, you should send them a message, and really anything over that is like apparently like really, really good. Obviously anything under that is probably not that good. But it actually, I think it more relates to the questions in the beginning, and a lot of those, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of just hitting whatever. You know, whatever just didn't sound dumb to me. So, there's that. Overall, in closing of eHarmony in 2022, it really just, I don't know, it really just seems like a dating app. And again, I think it's the same opinion as last time. It really seems like a dating app for someone who's just not my age, like a little bit older, you know. And it's more, it's a little less actually of the email intensive that it kind of looked like before. That's really what it was. It looked like you flipped an email, you know, and then you wait for a response, and then you flip an email. It's a little bit more messagey, you know, up to where it should be, but it's just not there, man. The price is just insane for the features of this app. Like, it's no good. It's no good. You know, you have 8 profiles. I know they dedicate themselves on, like, you're going to find love. I've used eHarmony and didn't get a date. I paid all that money, couldn't get a refund because you're in Canada, and then couldn't line up one date out of the 8 profiles that I had, and then had to do nothing with it. I checked that, like, every couple days for profiles, and there'd be nothing. Nothing. Right? And I'm going to tell you right now, it is the worst feeling in the world, is paying for a dating app. It'd be like paying for an MMO, like Star Wars or the Old Republic, or WoW, and then not logging in, like knowing you're paying for it and not using it. That's what it feels like, because there's no profiles to hit up, there's nothing new, you just message the same people over and over again, and you just get blocked. So, like, there's no point. Do yourself a favor, don't use eHarmony, especially if you're of a younger demographic like myself. You know, use Hinge, get on Bumble, download Tinder. It's free, and you're going to have way more opportunity and chance in those than a paid dating app. Do not get this in your mind. Like, this is just a rant at this point. Get this in your mind now. I have learned from experience, and I am teaching you great people, do not pay for a dating app and believe in any way that this will be better. Like, oh, they're going to be more serious. And you know what? Because you're going to run into the same profiles that you're going to run into somewhere else. And half of these girls probably aren't paying for the app either. So when you pay for it and you message her and you're like, hey, she hasn't paid, she can't view your picture, she can't view the message. And there is a feature, I believe it's actually in eHarmony, which has like the same idea, like you can't message and whatever, and it actually makes it that you can pay money to allow them to message you back on a free account, because it's that bad that they're not paying. Prove me wrong. That's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Apologize about it's kind of dark, but I like it. I think it's actually kind of cool. You get the little light in the background like that. I like it. eHarmony 2022. You know what to do. Take it easy. Peace. You pencil pushers. If you guys want to check out my Instagram here, I've just got it in the background. It's Nick Daniels Photography with an underscore in between each word where I post every day. That's a lie. Thanks for watching. Peace.